I think CFIS really made me who I am today in very many ways. I keep coming back to the idea of community, but they really took me under their wing and helped me come out of my shell. I was very shy and was not very confident when I first started. And as I progressed, especially in junior and senior high, the teachers and the extracurriculars really let me find out who I was, and they supported me in a way and gave me space and I guess respect in a sort of way to go at my own pace and really find out who I was and be guided.
Hey, it's Tim from Our Kids. I recently spoke to Alessandra, who graduated from Calgary French and International School in 2016. She spoke about how the well-rounded but rigorous curriculum prepared her for Quest University, and how the school and supportive community helped her blossom into who she is today. Check it out. Alessandra, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So could you start by giving us a summary of what you've been up to since graduating from CFIS?
Yeah, absolutely. After graduating CFIS, I chose to attend Quest University Canada, which is a small liberal arts and science university in Squamish, British Columbia. So I decided to do my Bachelor's of Arts and Science there, and I recently just graduated in April 2020.
Okay, awesome. And I know it was a few years back, but if you can remember your high school career, what
Mhm.
would your resume listing your accomplishments and experiences look like?
So are you asking me what I did in high school?
In high school, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I was fortunate enough to participate in almost every single extracurricular activity at CFIS. And I believe it made me a very well-rounded student, and it helped guide me and give me lots of skills and tools that help me in my career now and also in my career as a university student. So I was fortunate enough to participate in activities such as the annual school musical, which is very inclusive, and it really let me find out who I was and come out of my shell, as I was shy to begin with. They also have lots of interesting activities like sports teams. When I was at CFIS, the high school program was a lot smaller than it is currently, I believe. So instead of having sports teams, I was able to ref and coach other students, which was a really great way to give back to the community and also participate in my community. I also was able to participate in lots of music programs. So I was part of the high school band, and I really liked being a part of the concerts and as well as competitions throughout the year. And I believe while during my time at CFIS, I was able to explore all the ranges of activities and figure out what I was truly interested in and find my passions through there. So I really enjoyed my time.
Okay, awesome. And I know you said you were a lifer at CFIS. You've been
Yes.
there since preschool.
Mhm.
Um, what made you and your family,
Mhm.
I guess it would just be your family at that point, decide on you attending the school?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good question. So we decided to attend CFIS originally because we heard it was such a great community, and I think that statement stands true and holds true until I graduated. The community at CFIS is incredible. The teachers there are so supportive and caring and really care about your education. And the French education as well is really incredible. So I believe that played a huge role. And as I progressed from preschool all the way to junior high and then senior high, um, I just got more and more involved, and I felt like CFIS was my second home.
Okay, awesome. And what would you say you most appreciate about having attended CFIS?
So what I appreciated most was that I think the community that CFIS had created, like I mentioned before, I just always felt welcome there. And I really enjoyed being at school. I would go to school often early to participate in extracurriculars and stay late to participate in extracurriculars. And I never felt like it was a burden to go to school. And what I also appreciate most was that the teachers were invested in their students' education, and were always there to support you.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you met, people who went to different private schools at Quest, or you probably
Yes.
knew about some of them while you were at CFIS.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think differentiates CFIS from other private schools?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think the biggest differentiator is the amount of opportunities that CFIS gives its students. So I know lots of other students, and I know when it comes around to high school, you have to really focus in on your classes, and you don't necessarily get to take the fun classes anymore, such as gym, music, drama, all those kind of things. But CFIS schedules their classes in a way that gives their students the ability to not only focus on academics, but also focus on the fun things in life. And I really appreciated that.
Okay, awesome. And here's a bit of a tough question.
Mm-hmm.
If the school were to become personified, if it was a single person that we could get to know, how would you describe it in 3 words?
I would say responsible, well-rounded, and hardworking.
So responsible, well-rounded, and hardworking.
Mm-hmm.
Could you elaborate on those?
Yeah. So I believe this school is well-rounded because as I had mentioned before, all of the opportunities you get at CFAS really help to build your interdisciplinary toolkit. And so for that reason, I believe it is well-rounded. I also believe it is hardworking because I will have to be honest, CFIS is not an easy school. It's very rigorous, and it teaches you how to multitask and also work very hard. So I often stayed way past school hours, and the teachers were always there to help. However, the expectations and the homework and classes were definitely rigorous. So it taught you to work very hard. And then I would also say the school was very encouraging, I think. Like I'd mentioned, the teachers were always very supportive, and the school was a really great and tight-knit community. And whenever someone would accomplish something, or we would say go to sports events or have a school rally, everyone would come together and really support and encourage each other.
Hmm. And what would you say was the school's highest values that you saw in actual practice on a day-to-day basis?
I think providing outstanding immersion education. From my experience in interacting with other students who had gone to immersion, I believe the French and the quality of teaching at CFAS was really great and outstanding. And when speaking to other students, I could definitely see a difference. So they definitely stood behind the education that they provide.
Okay. And for an outsider, what do you think that they would find most surprising about the school?
The Probably the range of opportunities, but also the community that CFIS provides the students. So like I had said, they really want their students to succeed and will really help guide and support the students to get them to the next level and help guide them through whatever their passion or interests are.
Hmm. And how would you describe the typical CFIS student?
I would describe them as very well-rounded. They are very respectful, and they're very intelligent and also inquisitive.
Hmm. And how do you think CFIS has shaped you as a person today?
I think CFIS really made me who I am today in very many ways. I keep coming back to the idea of community, but they really took me under their wing and helped me come out of my shell. I was very shy and was not very confident when I first started. And as I progressed, especially in junior and senior high, the teachers and the extracurriculars really let me find out who I was, and they supported me in a way and gave me space and I guess respect in a sort of way to go at my own pace and really find out who I was and be guided by really great teachers and individuals, and become the person I am today, and then follow into an amazing university, which also helped me grow.
Yeah, it sounds like you had an amazing experience, but we all know that no school is perfect.
Yes.
So if there is one thing that you could change about
Hmm.
CFIS, what would that be?
I think the one thing I would change is that, and I don't even know if this can be changed. However, it at times it is very academically rigorous, and it gets tough, and there's a ton of multitasking, and it can get overwhelming. And I know the faculty and staff try their very best to accommodate for those tough times. However, I think if there could maybe be a little more support from perhaps counselors and other external resources that aren't staff or faculty, I think that would have been really helpful.
Mhm. And you are now 4 years removed from high school.
Yes.
Um, Now that you've gone to university, you've gone to Quest. How do you think your perspective on CFIS has evolved over time?
That's a really good question. And my perspective of CFIS changed the moment I took my first class at Quest University. And I actually have a letter that I can share my screen with, but I actually wrote to the school thanking them for how well they prepared me. Like I mentioned, it is very academically rigorous, and the teachers really went above and beyond. And when I entered my first class, I just felt very comfortable, and like I could focus on other aspects than the academics, which I think is really important when you enter such a new social situation. So CFS really prepared me, and I took that for granted while I was in school. So taking my first class really changed my perspective and made me very thankful that I received an education at CFIS.
Hmm. And I have two parts to this question.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, would you recommend the school to other students? And secondly, if you do, what are your three reasons why?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I would definitely recommend the school to other students. I think you are given incredible opportunities, and you are really supported and encouraged to be the best that you can be. Um, like, and it doesn't come without its challenges like any other school. It's tough at sometimes. The classes are small, so again, that is an advantage, but also a disadvantage. But overall, I think the education, support, extracurriculars, and the community at CFAS really make it a school that I think any student would thrive and would enjoy being a part of.
Awesome. And what would you say to a family that is considering sending their child to the school?
I think this school provides kids with a multitude of interdisciplinary experiences and really helps prepare them for their future. I don't know any other school where your kids can participate in a broad range of extracurriculars, from the school musical to mentoring young kids to participating in speech and debate, band. It's also really great to have a second language, and CFIS really goes above and beyond in their French education. And not only does that help you in job searching in the future, but also in travel opportunities. So I think CFIS does a super great job, and I would highly recommend the prospective families to even speak to a teacher or even a student, and you'll see that you'll see what I mean when I'm talking about happy students.
Hmm. And lastly, what would be your one piece of advice to a student that's just about to enter the school?
I would say that you have to be prepared to work hard and to come in with an open mind. CFIS gives you incredible opportunities, and I think you should do as much as you can. And it may seem overwhelming at time, but you will grow and become an incredibly well-rounded person. And CFIS, even though it may be tough at times, will always be there helping you and supporting you through your way through until you graduate.
So that's all the questions I have for today, but thank you so much for your time. Really
Perfect.
appreciate
Thank you.
it.